Hey everybody, how's it going? Mike from the Focus Garage coming at you here with another update from the SoftBrake line of parts. This is going to be the final one in the series, and it's going to be pertaining to all of the shifter products on my Harley Davidson Road Glide. So right now I kind of want to show you what's on the bike, what we've got from SoftBrake here, and kind of just go over, once you install these parts, what you can expect on your bike, how they're going to make things different, and how everything is going to change from there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. You can see right here on my motorcycle, I've got the entirely stock shifter setup. This is a 2017 Road Glide, so this bike still comes with the heel toe shifter. So you can see you got the front piece, the rear piece here. You've got this little bushing from Harley stock right in there. You got the shifter arm there, and the whole linkage mechanism connecting back right into here, which goes into the transmission, which allows you obviously to shift your gears. On the newer Harley Davidson touring bikes, you do not get this heel piece. It is only the front toe piece there. So that's just something to keep in mind. But again, this is totally stock, the way it's gonna come from the factory. What we've got from SoftBrake here is gonna aid in everything that all of their products do, which is gonna be focusing towards comfort. So got everything laid out here so you can kind of see the part numbers, and we're gonna kind of go over what each different piece does and how it works. Some of these are gonna be more for kind of the aesthetics, whereas some of the other ones are going to be more for comfort. So if you ride one of these motorcycles, specifically, a Harley Davidson touring bike, and I believe these are going to fit, compatibility wise, it'll all be listed on SoftBrake's website, which I will have linked in the description down below. But depending on your shoe size, you're going to find that these pieces are either too far apart or too close together to make it comfortable for you to ride. So a lot of people, they have a problem with fitting their foot in between here. You'll kind of be resting on the back of this or resting on the front of that. So what SoftBrake does is they make everything, again, just like that brake pedal video that we did and the levers, they make it more comfortable to ride and more set up to your specific size. So you may see here, again, SoftBrake part numbers, very, very easy to read and understand. We've got two different pieces here. Obviously, one of these is going to be the front shaft. One of them is going to be the rear one when you're putting these on the motorcycle here. But you can see 0.5 and then 1.5. This is going to be the length different from stock. So you can see the one on the right here, the 1.5 is 1.5 inches longer than stock. This one is a ½ inch longer from stock. So that's your differences there. They're literally going to take these levers that are already on the motorcycle and they're going to move them that respective difference. Obviously, since I've got the Road Glide Ultra here with the lower fairings, I don't have much room before I run into this piece here. If you've got a bike with just a crash bar or no lowers or the different crash bar where it's the more low profile one, you get a lot more space to kind of where you want to move this around. And then with this back piece, obviously you can go wherever you want with this, so you've got the space with that. I do like the front and the rear piece, so I'm not going to be switching to just a front setup on this. I am going to be keeping the entire thing there. So that's what these are. It's literally a direct replacement for your, your heel toe shifter there. Go for whatever length is going to be fitting to your body type and size. The next piece we've got is SoftBrake's billet spring-loaded shift rod spacer. So from Harley Davidson, it's actually pathetic what you've got. You've got this just little plastic thing here, and you can see I can squeeze it, not even plastic, it's like a rubber hose, and I can squeeze it with my fingers. This is billet, and it has the spring here, and what that's going to do, you can see when I take the shifter out and move it all around, there's a ton of play because this is literally like a rubber heater hose. What this piece is going to do is it's going to swap right directly in there. So when you pull these two arms off, this is going to get sandwiched in there, and this is billet. There's literally no play to that whatsoever. So it's a direct swap for that piece, and it's going to make everything feel much more firm and connected to the motorcycle. And it's hilarious that you don't even notice how cheap this piece is until you get down here and you check it out on your motorcycle. It's absolutely crazy. They literally put a piece of heater hose on a $30,000 motorcycle, whereas with this, it's a nice billet spacer. You squeeze that in there and it's gonna make everything feel that much more connected and that much just more sharp with the motorcycles. If you're already in here and you're swapping over the shifter arms themselves, it'd be in your best interest to go ahead and swap over this little spacer piece in there, just because you're already gonna be in there, and this is a huge upgrade, and it's a very cost-effective piece to make your shifting feel better. The next piece we have is going to be this actual shifter arm, which connects to the levers here. So this one is just more of an aesthetic upgrade. You're gonna see that we've got this arm here. It's just literally gonna be a direct replacement for that arm there. So I just wanted to kind of tie in more with the black theme on my motorcycle. So I'll be swapping out this chrome piece for this black piece here, which again, very, very easy. The inside of this is splined. and then you've got just a little set screw on that there, and then just the factory Harley hardware on top here is gonna go ahead and attach that. So nothing crazy with that at all. That's just gonna kind of go more with the black theme, which will match the, excuse that light there, which will match the shifter pieces that we've already got there. So again, that's just gonna swap right out, and you'll put in this new black piece. The last piece that I wanna talk about is this linkage here. So my bike is relatively low miles. I only got about 5,000 miles on this bike, but even still, you can kind of see that this rod is starting to look kind of nasty. It's starting to get pitted. I've seen ones where they start to get rusted where the set nuts go and everything like that. So what I went ahead and did, and I picked up this piece from SoftBrake here, and you can see this is gonna match the same design as all of the other pieces. It is an upgraded shifter linkage here, and the coolest thing is the Heim joints. So the way these work, and you can kind of see right in through there, is you've got a Heim joint, which is gonna pivot a lot more precisely rather than these ugly rubber cheap bushings that come on Harley here. So you can see, you get a little bit of play on both ends, and you don't need all that. I mean, a lot of people will say these bikes vibrate, but they don't vibrate that much. And when you go with something like this, it's gonna make the feeling of your shifts so much more precise because there's so much less slop. So that is a huge upgrade, and it also, you can see here, is gonna look a lot nicer than the piece that is already on the motorcycle. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is I'm gonna kind of walk you guys through what you need to do when you swap out kind of your whole stock setup here for these SoftBrake parts. So depending on what order you wanna go to, swap everything over. If you're gonna do the whole setup like I'm doing here, which I strongly recommend, or if you're just gonna be doing the actual levers themselves, this is what you're gonna need to do to go ahead and walk through it all. It's very, very simple. You're gonna wanna start by pulling off the actual nubs themselves here. I guess they'd be the actual shifter. And there's simply just a set screw on the front here, and then a nut, or excuse me, a bolt on the back. So you'll just go ahead and remove this bolt. This piece will come right off. You've got that in the front and the back. You will need to be removing those because you'll need to be transferring them over to the pieces that you've got there. Once you've got those off, you can go ahead and remove this little clamp that goes onto the spline shaft here. You've got just the bolt on top and a nut on the bottom there. And you'll go ahead and remove obviously the outboard one, which is your rear shifter first, and then the inboard one, which is your front shifter. Same way for both of them. And the cool thing is these are adjustable at your angle. So when you go to reinstall the new pieces, you have the adjustability of what angle you want these at on the spline before you go ahead and clamp them down. So you can see from the factory, mine are kind of set up like this. You can put this up more, you can put this down more, depending on where you want this on the shaft. Once you pull both of these arms off, you're gonna see that you've got this little bushing in here. That's gonna come off and you'll have this shaft entirely exposed. The installation is gonna be exactly the reversal of the removal. So you'll go ahead and you'll start by installing the SoftBrake little spacer piece here, the billet bushing as I like to call it, because you'll be replacing this awful heater hose rubber piece. So that goes in first, just like that. And then you've got the two arms to put on. So again, if you're running both pieces like me, the front one is gonna go on first, adjust the angle as far as what's best for you, and then you've got the rear one to go on. After you've got that, the little pegs will just reinstall the same way they came off. You've just got, obviously, the screw with the bolt head on the other side of that. You just install that and you're good to go, and that's all that takes. And now you've got the entire arm set up and ready to go. After you've got the arm set up ready to go, you're ready to move on to the rest of the piece here. So you are gonna want to go ahead and remove this linkage first. Again, it's very, very easy. You can go ahead and see here that you've got this nut in the front. You go ahead and take that off, and you loosen this, and you can take the back part off. So once you remove that, if you've got this piece here and you want to replace the arm, very, very simple as well. Just like the shifter levers, you've got just a little bolt here where this clamps on to that spline shaft. So you'll go ahead and you'll remove this, and this will be a direct replacement as well. Nothing to adjust, nothing to worry about there. As far as the adjustable linkage goes, what you're gonna wanna do when you pull that off is you are going to want to, you can see with the SoftBrake piece here, it's adjustable as well. So you've got, obviously, the ends move, and you can see here the threading is totally adjustable. You're gonna wanna take these two pieces, so obviously the new SoftBrake piece and the one from the bike, and you're gonna wanna make the lengths match. So whatever the distance is, from end to end, is what you're gonna wanna match up with the holes on this. So you've got holes here where the nuts go through. You're gonna wanna pretty much line up these holes identically to the SoftBrake piece, and then you'll go ahead and you'll reinstall the bolts onto there, and you'll be good to go. You'll have the whole setup swapped over to what's gonna fit best for your body type. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, you're probably wondering why you're gonna wanna do this. A couple different reasons. One, it makes the bike tons more enjoyable to ride because you're making it catered exactly to your size, your foot size, your body type, and your comfort level. So in changing these pieces into something that's gonna be more fitting to you, you have more room for your foot. You'll be able to use the shifter in a way that's gonna make sense to you, and you're not just using something that's out of the box, generic to everybody. Some people like to have space for their boot or their shoe in between that. Some people like to have kind of a different angle for the shifter there. And some people just wanna, delete this rear piece altogether. So it gives you kind of the flexibility to do whatever you wanna do with that with those shift levers. But again, you've got different lengths. Just in the video here that I've got the 1.5 inch and the 1/2 inch piece. So you can see, I'll hold these up next to the stock one, just so you can kind of get an idea here. So obviously, depending on your fairings, this wouldn't work for me in the front because I've got that. But if you want to space out the back piece, you can see here that I got the holes lined up, and this piece goes quite a bit farther. So if you've got bigger feet, this is going to give you a nice bit of room with that. And again, depending on your floorboard setup, some people have the all metal like Thrash and Supply ones, or some people run the bigger ones, slimmer ones. This is all about customizing the bike and making it fit to your size and your body type. So in running these different levers, it really gives you that best of both worlds where everything is set up in a way that's gonna fit specific to you and your body type. This piece obviously is a no-brainer. You're swapping out that terrible rubber hose type piece from Harley there, and that's an easy one. And then if you're going through and you have the same kind of design flow with this, got the black slotted here, you're gonna wanna just carry that through the whole motorcycle. So that is exactly why SoftBrake offers these in a variety of finishes. You can go chrome, you can go black, you can go kind of with the airflow, you can go with the solid pieces, and they've got it all just to make it match to your motorcycle, to kind of go with the overall theme so you're not having mismatched black and chrome, some stuff with slots, some stuff not with slots. You can get it all uniform and get it all looking nice on your motorcycle, exactly how you want with those beautiful pieces there. So that's another reason I like SoftBrake. They give you kind of that design aspect where you can get it looking to however you want to for your motorcycle, but the fitment is always beautiful. These pieces fit just like stock. Everything comes off, goes right back on as it's supposed to, and then you are able to have everything customized to your body type. This is a very, very easy job to do. Like I said, it's just a couple bolts to swap over the stuff. Make sure that you're adjusting this linkage piece here with these holes matching up where the stock holes match up, so that way you're not stuck with anything not fitting there. And that's it. You are good to go. I am going to have everything linked in the description down below. If you have any questions, please let me know. Like always, SoftBrake is a great company to work with. They will answer any kind of questions you have, and they have a huge selection of stuff, from everything from shifter products to levers to brake pedals on the other side of the motorcycle. They've got it all, and they are a top-notch, made in the USA company. That's going to wrap it up for this one. If you do have any questions, go ahead and drop them down in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out and answer anything that you may need in relation to these products. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this one. This is Mike from the Focus Garage signing off, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.